Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and in today's video we're going to be using Studio Blocks to build a full page here in Wix Studio. Now, if you aren't aware of what Studio Blocks is a passion project of mine where I have built 200 fully responsive Wix Studio sections. So you can basically just copy and paste sections from the template to your new website, change out the fonts, colors, and content, and in a fraction of the time, you have a fully responsive Wix Studio website. So if you're a designer who wants to speed up your workflow without sacrificing quality, then this is going to be a great tool for you. Or if you are maybe a smaller business who wants a quality website without breaking the bank, then this is also an amazing tool for you. Now, right now, I have just updated the template with over 200 sections, so you're able to grab it right now at a discounted price. It's still in early access because I'm still working through all the tutorials and creating the Notion database, but it is currently discounted, and for those who pre-order will actually get an extra 20 sections at launch, so be sure to grab it while you can. But let's go ahead and get started. So here in today's video, this is going to be the Studio Blocks template, and we're going to be building a brand new website for a landscaping company. Now, this is not an actual client or anything, so I am just making ChatGPT kind of plan the website and create the content. So what we're going to do is add a bunch of pages to our website, and then we're going to build out the home page using this little sitemap that it generated for us. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by adding in our different pages here that we have. So we have an about, a services, and then we have a bunch of services listed out here. So we have about, services, portfolio. Let's do a blog, FAQ, and contact. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. We're going to come over to pages, press add new page, and we'll create an about us page. Let's create a new page for services. Let's add the blog from the marketplace. We're going to add a portfolio page, and then maybe like a request, quote, or contact. Now, we're not going to be building out all of these extra pages again. I just want these for the menu, but we're going to go back over to the home page, and now we can go ahead and start adding in our sections. So the first thing I typically like to do here is add in our header and our footer here, because we don't want the default ones with our blank template. So we're going to head on over to the Studio Blocks, and we're going to drop down to the header page here. And let's find a header that we want to use. Typically, this one right here is a good one. So we'll grab header 1. We're going to copy the section. Come on over to our main website. We'll grab the header and just paste this here. So now it's right here. Great. Next thing I want to do is go ahead and grab the top header. And you'll notice it has a green border around it, meaning it is our header. We're going to right click and we're going to say remove from page. Then we're going to grab our header that we added. Make sure we have the section selected here in the layer panel. Then we're going to press the 3 dots, set as global header. Okay, so we'll call this one our header 1 for now. We're going to right click, set as our default. Then what we're going to do is right click, add to more pages, and we're going to say all pages, press apply. Then we're going to grab our old header, the original header that we had, and we're just going to delete this. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and double click on this and rename it to just header. Great. Now for the footer, let's do the same exact thing. We're going to head on over to our Studio Blocks template, go down to the footers page, and you'll be able to see we have a bunch of different options here to choose from. A safe one would be this one right here. So we'll just grab footer 2, come on over to our template, or come on over to our website, and we'll paste it in. Just like we did with the header, we want to grab the footer and remove it from the page. Then we'll grab the actual footer that we added, right click, set as global footer. Okay, we'll leave it as is for now. We'll right click, set as default. We'll right click again, add to more pages, all pages, apply. And then we will delete the old footer, and we will just rename this footer here to footer. Great. So now if we go ahead and check out the services page, for example, you can see our header and our footer are still here. So I've switched back over to the home page, and now we can start adding the sections that ChatGPT recommended. For example, we already added the header and the footer, but now we can start adding like the hero section, the highlights, services, about, why choose us, and all of these different sections. So first and foremost, let's grab the hero section. So we're going to come back over to the Studio Blocks template, switch on over to the heroes page, and we'll find a hero that we would like to use for the website. I think this one right here looks really good. So we'll grab Hero 18, head back over to our website, and we'll paste it in. Let's go ahead and grab this top section and just delete it. So now we have our hero section and it looks really good. Now, one thing I want to note about Studio Blocks is if we go ahead and check out the mobile, you can see how small the text gets. And the reason this is because in the Studio Blocks template here, if I go over to Site Styles, go to Text, you can see that we have set up our min and max for our different font styles. However, when we copy those sections over to a new website, it doesn't copy the site styles. So if I go ahead and click on this one, you can see that there is no min and max and the font size is bigger. So what we want to do is open up our site styles, go to library. And if you get Studio Blocks, you will actually have a link that you can open you can save the Studio Blocks library to your own, but you can grab the Studio Blocks library and say import all. And just like that, all of our headings and paragraphs have min and max and have the font styling that we want. So now it looks just like the template. And of course, once we get finished with adding all the sections, we can then change the fonts here very easily and then maybe tweak the sizing as needed. But the next section that we want to use is kind of like a trust or highlights type thing. For this, it's basically social proof, right? So what kind of social proof section do we want to use? Do we want to use something with statistics? Well, in that case, we can actually head on over to our Notion database. And if here we can see all of the different sections that we can utilize for this, right? And there are so many different options. So maybe if we're looking for something specific, like something with statistics, we can start typing statistics and all of the sections with statistics will appear here. So let's find one that we want to use. Something like this one would be pretty cool to have. So we can see that the name of it is Content 63. So if we come back over to our Studio Blocks template, we can head on over to content and you can see we have two pages, content 1 through 50 and content 51 through 83. Since we are looking for the one that says 63, we want to use the second page. The reason I did that is because the template got a little bit slow when all 83 sections or content sections were on a single page. So I decided to split them up so it would be a little bit better for you all. But then what we're going to do is open up the layer panel. We can see content 63 right here. So we're just going to click this and it's going to scroll all the way down to that section. Perfect. This is the one that we wanted. So we're going to copy it, head back over to our website, and we're going to grab the section above. And you can do that with the layer panel if you want as well. I use the breadcrumbs, but then you can just paste it in and it'll paste it right underneath. Fantastic. The next section we're looking for is going to be some sort of way to display our services. So we actually have a page here for repeater list sections. This is going to be a bunch of sections with repeaters and grids inside of it. So if we go ahead and scroll down, you'll see a bunch of different options that we have to choose from, and they all look really clean. For this one, I think I'm going to choose this section right here. I think it looks really nice. So we'll do list 11. We'll copy it. Again, we'll come over to our new website and we'll just paste it in. Then we're going to need an about section. So again, we're going to come over to the content page and find a section that we want to use. For this, I'm just going to choose our very simple section here at the top. We'll copy it. We'll paste it in. Now, one cool thing about this is, let's say we want to change out the layout. Maybe we want the text on the left and the image on the right. We can open up this section in the layer panel in the stack. We can grab the stack here, which is this text content. We can scroll down to grid cells and throw that in the left. And then we can grab this image container right here and throw this into the right. And it's just that easy to switch things up just like that. The next section that they have here is a why choose us. So let's find one that would work for this. If scrolling through the template gets a little bit hard, again, we have that Notion database. So we don't need statistics here. I mean, you can use statistics, but what we can do is maybe look for content here. And it's a little bit easier to see all of the different content sections that you have because it's more in a grid view and you're not just seeing one section at a time. And for this one, I might want to choose content 82. It kind of has like a nice little bento grid looking style here, and I think it looks pretty cool. So we're going to head on over to content 51 through 83. We're going to scroll all the way down to content 82, which is this section right here. We'll copy the section, head back over to our website. We'll grab this section here and we'll just paste it in. For the next section, we might want to have something that displays our process. So I'm going to head on over to our content page. And I think a section like this would look really good for our process. So we'll copy this. Again, bring it over to our website and just paste it in. Next, we're going to want testimonials or reviews. So we're going to go over to the testimonial and reviews page and see what options we have here. And we'll see which one we want to use. Let's just use a simple one right here. We'll copy it, head on over to our website and paste it here. Then we might want to have a section that talks about our blog. So for this, we might want to go back over to our repeater list sections. And maybe a section like this would look good for our blog. So we'll grab this, copy it, we'll paste it in. And then last but not least, we're going to want a call to action. So we're going to head on over to our call to actions page. And let's choose a call to action that would look really good here. Okay, something like this I think would look really good for a landscaping website. So we'll copy this and we will paste this in. So in just a couple minutes, we have created an entire page ready for content. And the great thing is if we switch on over down to mobile, it is all already responsive. So now all we need to do is go through and change out the fonts, colors, and content. I'm not gonna make you sit and watch me add all the content that I'm generating through ChatGPT, because again, this is just a fake website. But let's go ahead and maybe choose some fonts and colors to use, and I can show you how easy it is to just update the website that way. So first and foremost, we're going to come over here to our site styles. By default, we're using the Wix Made For font for our headings, and then Wix Made For text for our paragraphs right here, okay? So what we're going to do is just click on Wix Made For the headings. And just to show you very quickly, I'm not going to choose a font that we may not use this font, but just to show you very quickly, if I go ahead and choose this one and press update, then anywhere on the website that is currently using the heading font here, it's going to automatically update that font for us. And it looks really nice. Okay, now let's go ahead and change the Wix Made For text, the paragraph text here. I'm going to use DM Sans and press update, and you can see all of it has updated here as well. So if I click on this, you can see it is DM Sans for the font here. It looks very similar to the previous font, so I just wanted to show you that it has changed here. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. Sometimes with buttons, they don't change the font, so you will need to change that if it didn't change for you. The easiest thing to do is just select this and choose like paragraph 3, and now you can see it is 14 pixels DM Sans, just like that, super easy. Same with menu elements. These don't update either for some reason. So we can switch this to paragraph 3 and it should update very easily. For colors, again, we go to site styles and you can see other different colors here. This is like a landscaping business, so maybe we want to choose some sort of green color. And you can see as I'm kind of going through this little color picker here, you can see it's updating on the website as we speak. And just like that, the color has been updated. Anywhere on the website that was using that blue is now using green. So it makes it super, super easy, and it takes just a couple sections. Now it is time to add in our contents, which again, this is probably going to be the longest part of the video. I'm not going to make you watch me generate content through ChatGPT, but I will return as soon as I am finished so you can see a look at the final product. And now I am back, and in just a few minutes, I have replaced all the content, changed the fonts and colors again, and this is the new website, and I think it looks really clean. And it only took just a few minutes to actually add the content. And the good thing about this is it's already responsive. So as we take a look here at mobile, you can see how it looks here on smaller devices, and everything here is looking really clean as well. So if you want to check out Studio Blocks, the link is in the description. Again, if you're watching this when it first comes out, it is currently available for pre-order, and you get early access to the main template with over 200 sections. So if you want to grab a copy of it for yourself, then the link will be in the description below. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you all did enjoy, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel for more Wix Studio content coming out really soon. Thank you all again, and I will see you all in the next one.